I'm here. Welcome to all returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. So I know I haven't done a discussion video. It's been so long. I feel like it's been so much going on, but I am trying to get back to it. I've been focusing on building my little business. I've been focused on it's just been so much that I can't talk about just yet, but I promise when it's time I definitely will. But I want to come up on here and talk about, you see the title. Today, I got a full Brazilian wax, and I want to come on here and talk about it because, listen, I might be a late bloomer. This is just not something I ever did because, first of all, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I was like, should I even talk about this? But look, we all grown, we're all, mature adults here. We can talk about these kind of things. Listen, I never had this done. Look, it's hard enough to get my eyebrows done. I don't even get them done anymore because I got them done so much back in the day. And my lip is so, I had an incident a couple of months ago. I don't know, it's body care. It's TMI, but it's body care. And I feel like, sometimes we need to talk about body care. We need to talk about, ways to keep ourselves up, new methods, things that we can do. So I was like, I'm gonna come talk about this stuff. I don't care. I'm gonna talk about it. But a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of months ago, I had an incident where, I don't know, everybody grooms themselves different. Everybody does things different to themselves or whatever. And, I keep myself groomed by, shaving, keeping the carpet, even, you know what I'm saying? So I had an incident where I nicked myself. With the razor, and I didn't know until maybe 2 days later once it settled. And when I tell you, it took 2 weeks for it to heal. And every time I went to the restroom, it was a painful feeling. And I was just like, okay, I can't do this again. It was to the point where I was like, okay, I cannot do this to myself. I can't even afford this kind of pain. So, I've had friends, I've had people that I've known that have done waxing, in the lower region. And I was just like, nah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be too painful. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even imagine that painful burning sensation or whatever. And after my incident, I said, you know what? I'm gonna just try something. I'm gonna try something different. So as usual, I went on Groupon because you guys know I love me a deal. And I found this girl in Allen, and I went to the reviews and I read all her reviews, and the reviews were amazing. I mean, she is you can tell she knows her stuff. So I was like, all right, it was $55 normally, but the Groupon was $20. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't let me be getting a Groupon and I'm about to go over here and then I'm gonna get burned and be blistering and all of that. Cause I don't know if anybody ever saw that episode of the Kardashians where Khloe had got a waxing done and it broke out and she had an allergic reaction, and it was I don't know if it was blisters, but it was a rash or something. It had broke all the way all out or whatever. So, that's when she was married to Lamar, and he was like, it's okay. She was just like, oh my gosh. So I was like, please don't let that be me. I think that might have been another reason why I was always scared too, because I was like, I have sensitive skin, so it would be me that this would happen to, right? The jury's still out because I just had it done today. But, so I was like, you know what? YOLO, especially the way 2020 has been, I was like, YOLO, I'ma just do it. And if it, however the experience comes out, I'm gonna talk about it. I like to share my experiences with you guys because maybe one day you'll want to try it, or maybe you can share your secrets or your experiences or whatever. So I got the Groupon, and then I went and I went to her this morning, and it said in the notes, do you have any special notes that you need to include? And I was like, yes, I'm scared as F. Yes, I'm scared, So I went in there, and then she was like, hi, how you doing or whatever? And I was like, I'm fine. And she was like, do you have any questions? I was like, I'm just scared. I'm really scared to get this done. And she was like, it's okay. Don't be scared. Don't worry. Don't even fret about it. It's okay. So we went in there, and so I don't know how all this goes. I don't know how none of this goes. I just know that I'm here, So she goes, okay, so you're gonna take off your clothes, you're gonna, take off your pants and your lower region, and then you're gonna sit here head first and you're gonna lay the other way. It's like she has like a little bed or whatever. So I was like, you don't give us robes or nothing? She was like, nope. I was like, I just met you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, we here now, so I went ahead and I took off my pants or whatever. So I got on the bed and I'm like, yeah, so hey, and she's like asking me questions. She's like, do you have any allergy reactions? Are you on any medication? The questions that they typically have to ask you or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm good. She was like, did you take any pain medication? I was like, yeah, I took some Excedrins because they said you're supposed to take pain medication before you get something like this done. It'll help it make it easier or whatever. And then so she was like, did you exfoliate? Did you do anything? And I was like, well, I clipped the hairs a little bit to make it easier for you. You know what I'm saying? I tried to like smell good for you. I tried to get ready for you or whatever. She was laughing. I was like, I mean, we just met. So, I don't want to have a bad impression. So, nevertheless, she's like, all right, so she was like, okay, so lay back and listen. So, imagine getting your eyebrows done, but it's like in different areas. It's like different. So, okay, I didn't even know what any of this meant. So I didn't know what, I had to Google what was what because I didn't want just a bikini wax. I wanted a full on, so I won't have to nick myself again, like, again, that was just a pain. It was an open cut. So y'all can only imagine what that felt like for me. It was very, very painful and uncomfortable. So, I didn't want a bikini wax. I wanted the whole 9. And I was like, matter of fact, you just freestyle on it if you want to. You put a design on it, I don't care. So she starts, and so she's talking to me and telling me about who she is and her business, how she got into the game, things like that or whatever. And so as she's doing it, as she's talking to me, she's waxing me at the same time. And I'm like she's talking and she's rubbing it and she snatches it. And I was just like, oh, it was a shock. It was just, and so it took about, maybe no lie, maybe 5 minutes total. She's super fast. I will say on the outside, it's a warm sensation, but as you get more in, it's more hot. And she said that's because as you go in more, the skin is more sensitive. So it feels like it's getting warmer now. Because I was like, she was like, no, I'm not burning you. Because all I'm thinking about is the Chloe situation when she broke out. I was like, please don't let this, please, I cannot afford this. I cannot walk around like this. I'm thinking of scabs, I'm thinking of blisters, I'm just thinking of the worst of the worst. So she's like, no, I'm not burning you, you're okay. Like, I've been doing this forever, you're all good. And I was just like, okay. And she was like, and I was like, am I the worst reaction that you've ever seen? She was like, absolutely not. She's like, I've had people cuss me out, I've had people grab me, I've had people pinch me, I've had people pull me. She was like, you haven't really moved too much. I mean, every time I would go, like that, and then her kid's school called her. So I'm sitting there like I had to hold it in. And she was like, and after she got the phone, I was trying to hold it. She was like, girl, I had her on mute. You were fine. I was like, I held that in for nothing. Like, I could have yelled out. But overall, it took about 5 minutes. Pain-wise, I got my lip wax too, and the lip wax hurt more, if that makes sense. It's the weirdest thing. Like, when she waxed my lip, my eyes watered. And I was just like, dare I say it, it's not that bad. And I don't like pain. So for me to say that, that's saying a lot. It's really not that bad. She was saying that you have to do it every 4 to 5 weeks just to keep it maintained. Because I was telling her how I don't really get my eyebrows arched anymore, because now it's like they don't grow back the way they used to in my 20s. And she was saying because you had them done so long that the hair follicles are now have thinned out. So basically the hair follicle is not as strong anymore, so it doesn't grow. She's like, that's the same thing that would happen if you kept getting, your Brazilian wax. Like, if you got it, the hair follicles eventually would thin out. It wouldn't grow back as much. It'll be easier to maintain. It'll be better or whatever. So I was like, all right, that sounds like a idea. You know, that sounds like a good idea. So my appointment, I'm gonna start going like every 4 to 5 weeks. But would I recommend it? Yes, I recommend it. I really recommend. Oh, so then hold on. That wasn't even it. So she was like, we're all done. And I was like, oh, okay, oh, bet, you know? So she goes, now you have to hold your legs back and open up your butt. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, that's a full Brazilian wax. You do the front, the lower part, and you do your inner part. And I was like, my inner butt? And she was like, yeah, we get all of it. We get everything. And I was like, okay, what do I do? And she was like, you just lay back and put your hands on your knees like this, and you pull them back or whatever. So I was like, damn, she about to see, I think only my OBGYN see me like this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like literally just, you know, so I was like, oh man. So she was like, okay. So she was like, yeah, so, you know, my kids, snatch, snatch, oh yeah, snatch. I was like, you know, it was a lot, you know? So she goes, okay, we're all done. And I was like, dang, that's it? And she was like, yeah, we're all good. You're all good to go. We're all done. You know, see you in 5 weeks. I was like, well, all right. I recommend it. I recommend getting a Brazilian wax. I mean, I feel like getting a bikini wax is pointless. I'm gonna just go full throttle, you know, go hard or go home. So I was just like, okay, this was cool. Like, now, this was my experience. So I don't know if other women have had experiences where it's been a little bit more painful or, you know, worse experiences or whatever. But I mean, honestly, my first experience, it was cool. She was hella cool and playing relaxing music in the background. I was like, it's like a painful good. I don't know, it's a good pain. It's weird. I told her, I was like, this is weird for me to say. She's like, because you know you're working towards something. I was like, goodness. So do I recommend getting a Brazilian wax if you've never had one before? Yes. Like now I'm at the age, I feel like I'm just gonna start YOLO. You know, I'm gonna just start doing stuff. Things that I was scared to do before, I'm gonna start doing it. Like, you only got one life to live, especially 2020 is showing us all that. So I wanted to come on here and share my experience with you guys on my first Brazilian wax. Like, it was actually pretty good. It was, I ain't gonna say it was pleasant, but it was decent. It was a decent experience. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna be crying in a corner somewhere, and it wasn't like that. So that goes to show you, sometimes we get in our own way. Like, sometimes our fear stops us from doing things because we're so afraid of what could happen. And, you know, I would recommend it. I would just say read the reviews, because she had amazing reviews. That's the reason why I did it, because if she had, I mean, the places I was looking at and all that, she had the best reviews. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, because she seems like she's really dope. So she was telling me her history, that she used to have really bad eczema as a kid, and she found like holistic ways to like heal her skin and do different things. It was just something she was naturally good at. So she does like microdermabrasions, facials, she does waxing, she does airbrush tanning, she does all that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so this was pretty cool. So if you're in the Dallas area and you are interested in having that done, let me know and I will shoot you her information. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna definitely talk about this, because I feel like it's so many things that, you know, is not discussed or other people are afraid to do because they don't know somebody who's done it that, you know, is trustworthy. So, because I promise you, the other two girls that I know that had it done, I didn't trust their opinion. I was like, no, I'm good. No. I just didn't trust their you know, outlook like that. So I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it was just something I had to come around on my own when I got ready. Because again, my eyebrows and my lip is painful for me. So that hurts more than your lower region to me. So I was like, wow, I mean, you just never know. So yeah, that was my experience. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. So sorry I've been away. I've been trying to stay consistent with y'all, though. I've been shooting y'all some videos or whatever. So I'm gonna start doing more discussion videos. You know, I'm feeling good. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. And I shall talk to you guys on the next video. Talk to you later. Mwah.